Welcome, folks, to another GameHorder production. Welcome to the Kickstarter edition of Divinity Original Sin. Oh yeah. I played about a half hour of this, maybe an hour, just the beginning introductory part, just to kind of get a feel of things, so I wasn't completely lost. But for the most part, this is going to be a 99.9% blind LP. So I'd like you, as the subscribers that are playing along with me, to go ahead and tell me tips, and if you found secrets that I missed, maybe I can go back and get them. That's totally cool with me. Even preparing me for upcoming events that you haven't seen yet. Now, of course, I understand that I'm already rocking a Baldurs Gate 2 LP that's been going on for like 19 fucking years. However, I backed this at Kickstarter. I'm going to be getting the collector's box and doing a video on that when it gets here. And I just had to start it. I mean, the game is amazing from what I've played so far. It's the closest thing I've played to a mixture of Ultima 7 and Baldur's Gate. That's really the best way I can describe it. They did an amazing job. I'm looking really forward to all the little secrets and just the cool shit going on. And I was very pleased and surprised to see that right off the bat the customization is awesome. Now, in the demo that I did, we pretty much had a male and a female character. However, they've made it so that you can make two males, two females, male and a female, whatever combination you want to do. The customizations are great right out of the start. So I figured it'd be really cool for this LP to bring our infamous characters Ronstock and Luglug together for yet another adventure. And plus they complement each other, because we'll have a cool wizard and a kick-ass fighter. So first things first. Hey, why are you making me a bitch? Although I do like those breasticles. I'll go through and show you the different classes and the armor for the female before we change her over. So anyways, we have the rogue, a lot of skill and a little luck. The rogue sees the world as an open coffer. A powerful assassin whose arsenal of both daggers and magic would terrify any enemy if they ever saw it coming. That's the thief character. The Wayfarer is a survivalist and a practitioner of magic. The Wayfarer is hard to hit and even harder to evade. The Witch, an intimidating presence whose bone-chilling powers terrify friend and foe alike. Now that's the female version of the Wizard, I believe. Or no, never mind. It's different. I guess these guys have more fear spells, things like that. The Wizard probably has more of the elemental type spells. But again, I'm not sure. I don't know crap about the game. There's no guide out that I know of. The game was just, full version was just released today. So you guys are getting this as fresh as can be. The Wizard is a scholar of magic specialized in starting and ending battles with the flick of a wrist, exacting a swift victory from a safe distance. Then you have the Battle Mage, which is kind of a fighter and a mage mixed. The Cleric heals allies or smashes skulls depending on the direction of the winds. The Enchanter refers to turn the tide of battle from afar, manipulating foes with powerful magic. And of course the Fighter, and the Knight even. Specialized in war tactics, Knights are trained not to only fight but to rally troops. And a Ranger, marksman with legendary knack for self-preservation. Oh, and here's the Rogue. With a lot of skill. Okay, so the Rogue and the Shadowblade are a little bit different. So the Shadowblade's kind of like a thief mage. So you can see there's lots of different classes to start off with, which is cool. But since we're doing our classic party, I'm going to switch it over to male. And we can customize all the different abilities here. So, wow, I didn't even look at this before. I just kind of made them, and there's a lot of shit to look at here. I guess this first video is going to be character creation. Wow. Intelligence, we can buff up. I guess 5 is the lowest we can go. Well, we could buff up intelligence a lot if we wanted. I'm cool with that. Summon pet, starter skills, midnight oil. So we have the midnight oil spell, creates an oil surface, and then of course you can throw bombs down on that. We can change that to summon pet. That might be better. I don't know. I didn't use that before, so let's try summon pet. I do like flare. Let's go with, that'll be a good complement to Flare, because Flare is a fire spell, so we can set some oil at their feet and then light it on fire and do some massive AoE damage. Increases range of spells and scrolls by 2 meters. That's actually pretty good. Decreases everyone's attitude toward you by 20, but gives you 1 extra point of intelligence. Elemental affinity is kind of cool. If you're standing on the surface of that same element, it costs less. Courageous grants you immunity to fear, but you can no longer flee from combat. Bully gives you 50% extra damage against opponents that are slow or crippled. Escapist allows you to flee combat even when enemies are right next to you. Arrow recovery gives you 20% chance to recover a special arrow, so that's better for the rangers. 5-star diner doubles the effect of food. Know-it-all. Decreases everyone's attitude toward you. Gives you an extra point of intelligence. Heals you as standing in blood. Light Stepper gives you +2 perception. Lone Wolf can no longer have a companion. Receives 80% bonus to vitality, 2 bonus to recover maximum ability, and extra ability point on level up. But it's going to be one less companion. I don't know if I like that. My precious! Every time you hit or get hit, your gear has a 50% chance of not losing durability. Pack Mule, obviously more weight. Pet Pal enables you to talk to animals. Politician gives you 2 points to charisma, but you lose intelligence. Scientist gives you a bonus blacksmithing and 1 in crafting. Stench decreases everyone's attitude by 25, but melee opponents will find you less attractive in combat. Walk it off reduces all status duration by 1 turn. What a Rush increases your recovery and maximum action points, and Zombie lets you heal from poison but causes damage from regular healing. And then we have, I guess, more skills. You can see all these red skills that we'll get eventually. And we'll leave those for as we unlock them. But you can see they have requirements. All skilled up. It gives you extra 2 ability points to spend. So I think I'll stick with the 2. I want the bonus intelligence for the mage. It seems like it makes sense. Seems like they picked pretty smart shit here. We'll just stick with that, and then we'll customize as we start. That seems pretty smart what they have me mixed up with. We gotta find our face up here. That's a good Luglug face. I like the glow there. Gives him an arcane look. Whoa! Afro John! Go through all the hairstyles here. Try to make him look like his picture a little bit. Give him blue hair, right? Looks bluish in the picture. Whoa! Underwear! Yes. I don't know where he got those boxes. Damn! Ronstock is ripped. He's not the bony Skeletor he is in Baldur's Gate. That's for sure. Kinda looks like the tat in there.
Perhaps I can detonate that explosive from a distance.
That's the warrior voice? Oh no, I can't have Luglug sounding like a fag.
Careful! I spotted a trap.
Ah, a forge.
Look out!
I see a whetstone wheel.
Hold. Our enemies have laid a trap.
AI personality, loyal, random, no AI. And of course we're gonna have the one and the only. Hello everybody! Luglug here! You know we're going fighter, right? Like that face form right there.
What can I... a forge.
Have I got
A whetstone. What could that have done?
What could...
Look out!
A whetstone.
I may...
Hold!
A whetstone.
Oh my god, I need a voice pack for Luglug. He sounds way too not Luglugish. We'll give him some nice dark sun skin tone. And I didn't see a bald, unfortunately. So we'll go with the mohawk. We'll give him some longer breeches. Let's see here. Attributes, bodybuilding. Dex saving throws against knockdown, burning, bleeding. I went with some single-handed. It's Luglug, we gotta go two-handed. You know it to be true. Means we take off shield specialty. Boost initiative and damage. Leadership's cool. Nasty deeds. I don't know, maybe I will go sword and shield. That just wouldn't fit Luglug though, now would it? Doesn't look like I can Repair your own items. The more you invest, the faster you'll work. Required to create and improve metal-enhanced weapons and armor. This will do blacksmithing. Gotta buff up strength and constitution. That's how Luglug does it. Battering ram, crushing fist. An enormous fist smashes your enemy and knocks them down. I used battering ram. That's fun. Dust up was good. Minus 10 to hit. I'm not sure if I'll use that right off the bat. Cure white wounds might be better. This is good for smashing weaker creatures. Courage boosts strength, dexterity, and intelligence. Ah, fuck it. We'll leave it like that. Talents, my precious. Yeah, opportunist. Attacks of opportunity, bully. Nothing that increases strength. I guess both those are good for now. There was no legion in the slums of Youthful Gore. There was no mayor, no magistrate, no law, only the fighter. If your horse had been stolen, the fighter would find it. If your landlord extorted you, the fighter would help him see reason. This justice was harsh, but effective. Order persisted. When the king heard of the vigilante who dared enforce the law without the monarch's consent, he was outraged. "Banish this traitor," the king said. The king's guards could not subdue the warrior, no matter their swords and spears. At last the king called upon a black witch to cast a spell upon the so-called usurper. As the fighter slept, terrible nightmares invaded where soldiers could not. Mad with terror, the fighter fled and wandered for weeks before the nightmares began to subside. But if the fighter dared wander in the direction of the home, the nightmares begin afresh. The king might be untouchable, but dark magic was not. As a source hunter, the fighter would destroy the charm at its root. The king would come after. The wizard's eyes snapped up from the heavy tome. Outside the small hut, the unmistakable sound of a struggle erupted, and an orcish roar sent shivers down the wizard's spine. But now was not the time for fear. By the light of the moons, the orc's hulking silhouette was aboil upon the outline of peaceful woods. He had pinned someone beneath one great knee, and the victim cried out in futile anguish. The wizard whistled. Turning its great head, the orc had only just noticed the distant figure before a great green mass erupted into a shower of ash. The would-be victim rose, dusting the orc from his hair, and held out a hand. The signet ring of the Order of the Source Hunters glinted upon his finger. "Friend," he said, "I was sent to find the great wizard of these woods, but it seems you found me first." I wish they had dark eyes with the tat. That kind of gives them a better look. I'm gonna go with that. More of the evil look.
In the days of old, the sorcerers of Rivellon cured the sick and healed the wounded through a great power called Source. But a terrible darkness invaded the land, and Source was forever tainted. The sorcerers who once healed now only destroy, and madness has overtaken them. A few brave Source hunters are all that stand between Rivellon and the dark power that threatens to destroy it. Wherever Source appears, hunters follow.
Variant Studios presents.
Rise and shine, Master Source Hunters. The captain wants you up on deck. Hear them gulls? Means we're close to shore. I don't ever you go in there, Master Source Hunters. City's full of undead, hungry enough for blood. But you're supposed to investigate that murder, ain't you? They say it's Source that did the Counselor in. Source in a city like Cyseal. Nowhere safe anymore. Here they are, Captain Sir.
God's blessings on you, hunters. You'll be happy to hear we've reached Cyseal. But there's trouble offshore, so we'll have to sail in carefully. Here, have a look. Those are orc ships, and they're blocking our passage. We'll get you as close to the city as we can, and drop you off at the beach. Be wary now. Orcs are on the attack. Undead have closed every route out, and there's a sorcerer on the loose. If we're to get justice for the Counselor, you'll have to keep your wits about you. May the luck of the gods be with you both, Source Hunters.
Oh, shit. Divinity, Original Sin. A proud presentation from GameHorder Incorporated. Welcome to Divinity Original Sin. Click anywhere on the ground. Left button and begin exploring and doing all kinds of shit. Okay, so let's go over the GUI here. Upper left we have party formations. We have our party members. You can check out the inventory with all of our attributes, sight, hearing, movement, initiative, experience level, the resistances against fire, water, earth, air, tenebrium, and poison. Our hit points, action points, reputation, average, the damage that we're doing, armor rating, blocking, crit chance, offensive. You have abilities, talents, traits, and of course your equipment here. You can turn your helmet on and off, make it visible. You can drag and drop around the windows, which I like. You can zoom in. Really beautiful graphics. I mean, just amazing detail. We'll be exploring it in all kinds of amazing slowness. Got our pouches here. You can drag and drop. You can also sort by type or all. You can also sort by weight, gold value, durability, and such. And if you want to switch characters and see what the other guy's carrying, you have that here. If you want to send stuff, you can send inventory to each other. So now we're in Ronstock's inventory, and this is his quick bar. So we might want to have like a fireball down here. Fireball scroll. Now, in this game, I don't think you learn spells from scrolls. These are one use, like they would be in, say, like Dungeons and Dragons. But you don't scribe them this way. You actually have to find the spell book for the spell to learn it permanently. I think. I don't know. You don't need local chat. Let's turn that off. So yeah, that's pretty much the inventory screen. And then you have the different spells out of your spell book. Obviously your quick bar down here. It says starting combat. You can go into sneak mode here. which kind of puts you in a little bush or a rock if you're in a dungeon, and you can sneak around. When you're in the sneak mode, you'll see in a little bit that you can actually see the characters, the enemy's cone of sight, so that you can sneak up on them a little easier. Now normally the characters are tied to each other. You can break the tie by pulling them apart. And then I can just leave Luglug and go explore Bronstock. Let's say if you have like a thief, you can go sneaking off with your thief. And then if you want to chain them together, you just drag them together and the chain reattaches. Up here we have our journal, which has its journals, secrets, dialogues, maps, and recipes. The map is really good map as well. It's a nice full color map, and you can leave custom markers. Shows you the different parts from the legend there. Tutorial log to toggle, that's the map, is your coordinates. You can zoom in and out on the mini map. You have your camera mode, which goes from isometric to up-down, top-down view, and isometric. With the middle mouse wheel, you can turn the camera this much, like 90 degrees maybe. Can't spin it all the way around, but I found that really doesn't affect things. You can use the arrow keys to move anywhere anyways, and then get different views. I actually prefer it that way because it lessens the amount of stuff that they'll hide from you, and it can just get too intense. And this, of course, is the multiplayer if you're going to play with friends, which we will not be doing. I'll be enjoying this experience on my own so I can take my sweet time. And this is dialogue that you hear from in-game people. See the detail on the boat. And just the water with the light glistening off of it looks awesome. You have a fishing net down here in the water where they're catching fish. And you'll see you can pretty much interact with a ton of stuff. Got Luglug lead for the most part since he is the fighter. And that's pretty much it as far as the basic GUI of the game. That gets you to your skills and spells and so forth and so on, and you can always toggle between the two characters with the arrow, which is nice. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and we'll see you in the next video, folks, and start the actual game. So let's get to it.